Hello everyone, this is Koresh Singh, and in this tutorial I'm gonna make an application using TypeScript and MongoDB. So it's basically a to-do app. I've already created a directory with to-do app. I'll just do npm init -y, and I'm gonna install some packages first. Yarn add -d ts node TypeScript, and I'm gonna use Express. I'm gonna use Mongoose, and I'm gonna use Morgan. So only these three libraries. So let's add them. Yarn add Express, Mongoose, and Morgan. So Mongoose is basically to connect with MongoDB. I've already installed MongoDB on my laptop. Express is like server, and Morgan is just a logging system for logging. Index.ts. So let's import star as express from Express, right? Yeah, Express. Import Morgan from Morgan. Import. Oh, we don't want to import the Mongoose, so I'm gonna do index dot. Actually, I should create a app.ts first. App.ts. So app.ts will hold my application basically, and index.ts will only run it. So app.ts Morgan, we do it because to write test cases basically. Anyway, so we're gonna do const app is equals to express. Yeah. So okay, I misspelled it. It's app. Let me just zoom in a bit. That's too much. Yeah. So app. And I'm going to do const PORD. I'm going to directly write it's 8080. No, not taking from the variable. app.listen listen PORD, and let's make a callback. Console log listening on LISTI listening, okay, whatever it is, listening on http ://localhost and my $sign and port. Let's try to run this app, but we have to go to the package.json file. We have to write a start script. So start, I'm gonna do, by the way, this project will be available for you guys. Just check the link in the description below, and it's gonna be there. So index.ts. Okay, we need start dev node mon. We need node mon basically in our dev dependencies. Node mon -x ts node index.ts. So let's add node mon. Yarn add -d. We don't need this. Node mon. So you can use, as I'm using yarn add, you guys can use npm if you have npm, but yarn is much faster. So if you guys, I think so you guys can use it too. You can just download it npm i -t yarn. So that's it. So just an npm package. So we can run our script from here. I'm just going to start dev. Let's see, node mon. So it's node mon is running. Let's see if ts node is running or not. Okay, it won't work because we just did this thing. Okay. So I'm just what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do this thing over here. I'm gonna write it over here, and I'm gonna do import app from /app. But before that, I'll do export default app. Over here, I'll copy the port number from here, port number over here, save it. Fingers crossed. Yes, it's working. Great. App dot get. Okay, let's not do that thing over here. Let's create a new folder for. So how I divide? I have routes. I have. Okay, not in routes. I have a controller where the logic is written, and I have a models file, models folder. Models. I usually have interfaces, and let me just rename it to controllers, interfaces, models, and middleware. It is when I'm making a monolithic architecture. At that time, I usually use this this project structure. But if it's just a microservices, then I just directly write the files, and it just happens. So app.ts. So let's create some. So in this thing, I'm gonna have index.ts. So we're gonna have. We basically make our to-do.ts. And I'm gonna have, so the to-do can also have some comments in it. So let's add some comments to it. Comments.ts. Comment.ts. So how it's gonna work is I'm gonna go to to-do. I'm gonna do const to-do router. So router is gonna come from Express. Router. Okay, it's not coming. So import this from Express. Router. So to do router dot get. There would be some API over here, so there would be some controller we'll be calling. So let's create a controller over here, new file, to do dot controller.ts. So I have class to do controller, and I usually create a base controller, so I have base.controller.ts and the class base controller. So I'll have some methods over here, static const post, actually not static, actually just direct. I can write post request response. So these guys are from basically request is from, again, okay, I think so. The suggestions are not coming because I don't have a tsconfig file in my directory. Let me just add it, let me just add it. New window. It's gonna take 5 minutes. That's it. Let me just check where I can find it. Oh, okay. cd backend ls cat ts config.json, and here it is. I'll just copy paste the file so that I can get what I basically need, like the full power of TypeScript. So let's create a new file, tsconfig config.json. Oh, I was not writing it out. tsconfig.json. And how can I forget this thing? I mean, response from again express. So response dot send hello, and similarly we're gonna go for the get. So now we're gonna just go over here, and I'm gonna do, okay, I have to write export default. Export default over here too. Don't forget export default. Extends base controller import, what the heck, import base controller from base controller, and that's it. I mean, let me just open this application again to do app. I don't know, it's just weird. The VS Code is not giving me any suggestions, like code completions. But anyway, so const to do ctrl to do let me just import it first. To do controller. To do controller, so it is from the controller, and it is the controller over here. So I'm gonna just do new to do controller, and I can do to do ctrl, and I'm getting all the methods over here. So get and post, and I'm gonna do what is wrong with, okay, I think so I removed, yeah, so I have to put this thing up. Great, everything is working great. I'm gonna do export default to do router. So over here I'm gonna come and index, I'm gonna create const router is equals to router. Please give me some suggestions. No, so I have to import it. Import router from express. We're gonna link the router soon, so if there's any error, it's gonna give me an error. Export default router dot use, so it's going to be to do and to do router. It's going to get imported automatically. Now let's go to app.ts, app.ts use Morgan, and let's go for tiny app.use API, and I'm going to call router from routes. And let's do run start def. Let's hope it works. I mean, it should work, but there is something. Okay, so import star as Morgan. So yeah, it's running, and I'll just create an API. Basically, I'll just create a interface for new interface for todo.interface.ts. It's too much work, but it's good for the big projects. But before that, creating an interface. Okay, let's create an interface. I mean, export interface todo I. So it's gonna have ID, which is not required. So question mark means if there's a question mark, then it means it's not required. So it's gonna have title, string, description. It's not required. String and title, description, and we can have checked. Let's write done. Done is required, like boolean, and that's it. And yeah, it will have some comments. If there are some comments, then we can add some comments into it. So let's write comments interface comment dot interface dot ts. So export interface comment I means interface, again ID. Actually, there is no ID because MongoDB is going to give us the ID, and we will never need the ID. It's going to be underscore ID or something like that. So let's go for the comment. So title init, title is mandatory, as well as the description is mandatory. So these all things are done. Let me just close this thing out, and let's create a new file over here called database. Let's write db.ts. So import star as mongoose from mongoose, and mongoose.connect maybe. Mongoose.connect local host 27017. Let me just check. What's the JS? Let me just see the documentation for it. So MongoDB localhost, yeah. Okay, let's copy the entire thing. Mongoose, and looks great to me. Mongoose.connect URL parser, this. Actually, export default mongoose. So we need a single instance of mongoose, and that's why we are exporting it. And I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna write it over here. So mongoose.connect, and we're gonna import mongoose. Import. So I just did command dot on the mongoose where there was an error, and it worked. And you guys, if you are guys on Windows, you can do control dot, and if you guys are on Mac, you guys can do uh, command dot console dot log mongodb. Let's just create a promise, then only then I have to put in try and catch, do all the kind of work. Dot then console dot log connected to the database dot catch e any console dot log error connecting to the DB console dot log e dot message. A message is fine, or if I need text, then we can take the stack. If we need stack, we can get stack as well. So console dot log e dot message. Come on. Oh yeah, I need to run my MongoDB. Crazy I am. So I'll just do clear. I'll just do cd and I'll just 1 second. I'll just do MongoDB. Yeah, wherever it is. So I'm just running. Reason name is not found. Connected. So let me just go to desktop, program. There is no spider. mkdir mongodb data mongodb path mongo data. This sounds good. So we're gonna go for to do app. So it's the name of the database, and let's try to run it. So image not found. Okay, just check it then. Let me just open a Docker container for it. Again, meanwhile, since Docker is running, we will just we'll just write this code. db or much better way, what we can do is we can go to MongoDB Atlas. DB Atlas. It's actually much better than Docker or any. I mean, since we MongoDB Atlas. I'm already logged in, so you guys can log in. So I'll just log in and I'll get back on the screen a while. Let me just log in into it, and so by the way, guys, if you guys have any question regarding anything, you guys can email me. My email address is codersync27@gmail.com, or you can just leave a comment. It's just taking too much time.